Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's the flyest vlogger on the planet. My name is Showtime the Czar. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's having a great, positive, productive day as always. You know I got hip-hop news, cultural updates, and everything like that for you guys today. But before we do any and all that, you know what you got to do. See that subscribe button on your screen right there. I need you to click that, turn that bell icon on so each and every time one of my videos drop, the content that I'm providing to you, you don't miss it. Let's get into it, y'all. Drop my intro. What up, though, YouTube? All right, so let's start this thing off by talking about the OG, Shaquille O'Neal. All right, he was on a podcast, and he had this to say in regards to opening up to women. Here's what he said. Take a listen.
World can't see your head down one time.
Ever.
I want you both to know that you can.
Cannot.
I don't want to get to like Dr. Phil right now. You don't think you've ever had someone that you really could trust and really open up?
Open up to a woman?
Yeah.
Never. No, never.
When's the last time you think you've opened up to a woman?
We don't.
In your whole life?
Bro, I'm telling you. They
Man,
gon-
got players like I could, me and him related.
Yeah.
It's our first time meeting,
Yeah,
but
I can tell you guys, there's
I
some
don't.
connection here.
Oh, no.
They gonna tell you can.
Because you know why? Because once you do, whenever something go down, they're going to throw it back in your face.
I've had
That's
that.
why.
That's real.
That's why. So you can't ever.
That's why you crack it. Your dad
Yeah.
left.
Even
All right, so I believe that is his own podcast. I think it's called The Big Podcast. Anyway, so here's what I got to say about that. All right, I agree with the OG to a degree. All right, I think certain women you cannot open up to, okay? It depends on your relationship with that woman. Now, I'm assuming that he's talking about if that's your girl or not, right? The problem is, I feel like you have to know how that person is. I knew a girl that was not, that did exactly what Shaq is talking about, okay? You confide in her, and then the moment y'all get in an argument, now she done brought back up that same thing that you confided in her about. And then that's an eye-opener, because she's like, damn, I told you this in confidence, and now you done brought it back to you throwing it in my face. So that's disrespectful, I don't like that. Now you look at her different. However, you can't go around taking that same concept to every woman that you date, okay? Because in my situation now, I don't have that problem. Okay, so I can't use what a girl from my previous relationship did and take that out on my current relationship. That's not fair to her. And she doesn't do that. So I get what he's saying. I do. Because he's not wrong, but he's not, you can't use that for every woman. Some things you might, as a man, you might want to not tell just because you don't know how your girl's going to react. Or you might want to ease her into whatever it is that you feel like, you know, is deep in your heart. And you just feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is something that I don't know if I should tell. You might want to walk her into it. You know what I'm saying? Test the waters out first. But I will say, he's not 100% wrong. Okay, so I it's difficult, man. It's difficult because, again, everybody's not the same, and also the relationship with the individual. Now, can you confide in your mom? I would assume so. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've had a situation where my mom threw something back in my face, but some people have parents or a mom that does that. So, to answer Shaq's question, the only thing I'm gonna say is, or it ain't really a question, but to rebuttal what Shaq said, I just think it depends on the relationship with that individual. Can you trust this person to keep a secret? Can you trust that woman specifically to keep that secret? Because if you can't, then you definitely don't confide in her. That don't mean you don't be cool with that person. You just know that they're not trustworthy with said information. However, if you don't have that issue, then yes, you confide in them. Because a lot of people, especially men, we like holding stuff in, and then it weighs on you, and then it stresses you out, and then you don't want to talk to therapists. So I don't 100% agree with that. And then telling your boys, sometimes they don't always have the best advice, because they always, you know what I'm saying, depending on where they are in their life, they always want to tell you, you know, to thug it out, or, you know what I'm saying, smoke or drink, and then think that's just gonna solve the problem, and that ain't it either. So To wrap it up, you just kind of got to do. It's the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Who is it, and what is that person? What is their motives? How are they as an individual? If they've shown you that they gonna throw something in your face, that's the last time. You know what I'm saying? One and done. So let me know what you guys feel about this situation in the comments below. Do you agree with the OG Shaq? Should you not confide in your woman, fellas? Or is it just depending upon relationship? Let me know all that in the comments below. All right, YouTube, it is time for a plot twist. Alright, this is the part of the show where I bring in the lovely Lori Mack. Lori Mack, say what's up to the people.
What's good, beautiful people?
Alright, so today's plot twist. Nicki Minaj versus Meg Thee Stallion. Alright, so if you did not see, which I'm pretty sure you all seen by now, Meg Thee Stallion dropped his record called Hiss last Friday, over the weekend. Nicki Minaj heard the line about Megan's Law, which is, if you don't know what that is, it is where you have to report as a registered sex offender. Nicki Minaj's husband is registered as a sex offender. Nicki Minaj didn't like it. She replied with her own record, and well, now we have a beef. Lori Mack. We talked previously, but I guess it's not a right or wrong situation. But how do you feel about this? Let's just go there. How do you feel about it? Man, is Meg right? Is Nicki right? What do you feel?
I mean, honestly, I'm neutral with it because, I mean, a beef is a beef. But if I had to choose sides, I'm on Megan's side. Mm-hmm. Mainly because, you know, you could tell that Nicki was very moved by the words that she was saying. But was she wrong for saying those words? I mean, all she said was, you just mad at Megan's Law. You just mad that he's a registered sex offender. She didn't say, your man was raping bitches or this and that. She didn't say literally what he did. He just said, you just mad at Megan's Law.
See, that's my thing though. Why did Megan say that? Like I heard there was a beef between them years ago. Probably like 2-3 years
wasn't really
ago.
even considered a beef. I mean, you know, that's around the time when Nicki was trying to hide her pregnancy.
Oh.
I'm saying where they got in the beef, where they were trying to make it seem like Megan was trying to get her to drink, and she didn't want to drink. And she knew why. Megan knew why she didn't want to drink, but yet was still on live trying to make it all whatever. So that's what that was. It was like a small little whatever.
It's a trip. But I ain't one to gossip, so if anyone asks you, you ain't heard it from me. No, you haven't. Oh.
So, okay, so if we had to pick sides, I can't believe I'm saying this, I would have to go with Nicki because it's crazy to me that you would just randomly say, you know, somebody's boyfriend or husband or significant other is on a registered sex offenders list, which he is, but why bring that up? So you can't be mad at Nicki for her response. Now, I will say this. I don't like the dead mama thing. That's out of pocket. And that's wild. So, if I was Meg in that situation, damn rapping, you got to scrap. Because that's crazy. You don't talk about my dead mama. You know what I'm saying? So, that's a little bit out of pocket for me. But I agree with Nicki in the fact that you can't just talk about my significant other and then think I'm just supposed to just be okay with that.
I get that, but at the same time, you have to understand why she said it. Like you said, why did she say it? It could be a million reasons why. For us, it just came out of the blue. But for them, it could be something that happened behind the scenes for them. You know what I'm saying? They know what happened, why the beef came about. And we can be like, I mean, it just came out of the blue. But for them, it was something personal, which is why they're personally taking personal shots at each other. But some fans were saying that Nicki was the first one to shoot the shot.
Which I can see. That's why
in her Pink Friday 2.
What did she say?
That one song, FTCU. She referred to a line nudging towards Tory Lanez, saying, stay in your Tory Lanez, bitch. I'm not Iggy.
Oh, okay. Well,
after Iggy sent that letter of support for Tory Lanez. So, if we're all talking about stuff, it all comes from something. It all comes from something. So obviously Megan might have been responding back to that. People have been on Meg Thee Stallion about this whole thing with Tory Lanez since it happened. About them not believing her. About her being a liar. About the whole her foot not being shot. All of this stress and trauma that she had to go through, Megan, it's just shocking to me that whenever she defends herself, now it's oh no, you can't do this and that. But you sitting up here, we don't know how it started. It could have started from her doing that jab on Pink Friday. It could have started from way back when Nicki was pregnant. We don't know when it started, but it was the fact of y'all taking low blows.
Not gonna lie, that might have just changed my answer a little bit.
That could have been low
about
blows.
that. That
You know
is
what I'm
wild.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
you can't sit up
I didn't know
here
that.
tick for tat. That's not like a beef is a beef. That's why at the end of the day, I'm not on nobody's side. But if I had to pick, I'm with Meg because she's constantly having to defend herself. Versus somebody like Nicki Minaj, other artists don't. They just come out of the blue, feel some type of way. I mean, of course, Nicki gonna be mad that her husband is getting jabbed at by any chance by being a sex offender. But at the same time, you chose to have a baby and marry a sex offender. So you can't be upset when somebody's bringing that to your attention everywhere you go.
Go off then, Lord Mac.
I'm just saying. Make it make sense.
Okay, I didn't know about that. I mean, okay, from what you just read, though, I will say this. It didn't sound like it was, I don't know if she was personally taking a jab at Megan Thee Stallion. It could have been just wordplay, because she didn't say Megan's
She was
name.
definitely taking a jab. I mean, but who?
Because she said Iggy, so she didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's because Iggy sent a support letter to support Tory Lanez. She was on Tory Lanez's side, which reached headlines when Iggy did that shit. So Nicki's telling her, bitch, I'm not Iggy, so don't try me. In other words, which is definitely a shot at Megan. Which is why she didn't have to say her name, but in situations like that, you don't gotta say somebody's name for them to feel it. Which is what Megan did when she said Megan's law.
Right.
She didn't have to point, she had to specifically be like, yeah, Nicki, I'm talking about your husband, for her to feel that she was talking about her fucking husband.
Right, but in that situation, it was only one person she could have been talking about. I mean, other people could have fitted the description, but Meg did say a hit dog will holler, so you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I feel like Nicki coming back with Bigfoot.
I ain't like that.
For one, I thought it was corny on my part.
But she did have a couple bars in there.
She had some
She
bars,
had a few
but I
bars
just thought
in
it was just corny because honestly, you're pressed. While you sitting up here doing all this extra rah-rah, because not to mention when Megan dropped that diss, Nicki was on Instagram, Twitter, everything all day, ranting and raving about Megan on top of the diss. Then you drop the diss. At this point, it's distasteful for me. I thought that it just felt like you were really pressed. You were really upset, and she really hit a nerve. Versus Megan and how she's been acting towards this whole thing. She's going on freaking talk shows, Breakfast Club, and she's still promoting her song. While you sitting up here upset, you know what I'm saying? She's not even responding back or even saying anything back to you. She's not trolling while you are. So I just think that's so childish for me.
All right, so whose side y'all on with this whole situation, man? Meg or Nicki, or how you feel about it? Is Nicki just going, too hard for it, or, is she right in her own right, I guess, to defend her husband? Let me know how y'all feel about that in the comments below. But that is all we got for you guys today. If you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow us on social media. And until next time, we're out of here, y'all. Peace.